All right, YouTube and Facebook, it's Dominic Izzo again, and thanks for all the emails, guys, and support. One of the newest topics that everyone is emailing me about is what does it take to be a police officer? A lot of guys who are testing, a lot of men and women who are testing are asking, hey, I want to be a cop. What do you recommend on this? And what do you recommend on that? And what should I do about this? First off the bat, let's talk about law enforcement in the state as it is in today. This is by far the best and the absolute worst time to ever be in law enforcement. It's the worst time because we are really under a microscope and everything we do is being watched and scrutinized like crazy. That said, it is the absolute best time to bring out your best, your most elite, and really set the standard for what law enforcement from here on out is. So the opportunity for us to really shine is now. That said, here's my personal opinion, and you guys are going to hate it. It's for all you guys who want to be cops and are testing and are around the age of 21. In my personal opinion, I got hired at 26. I'm 40 now. I think that the first thing that they should do for law enforcement, if they want to make a very positive change for the relationship between cops and the community, is raise that age limit. In my personal view, I do not think you should be a police officer until you're 30 years old. I think a 21-year-old kid who graduates college with a 4-year degree, who has no life experience, is not qualified to solve the problems in a rational way, in a law way, sure, in a compassionate, rational, humanity way. They just have no life experience to go to a domestic and deal with a couple in their 40s, 50s, and 60s and try and solve that problem. They don't have that experience. Unfortunately, this is not to be offensive, but you millennials, you guys come from a generation where everything has been handed to you. You've never had to work for anything. Now, I'm blanketing all that. It's not all of you. Some of you do know what it's like for hard work. But when you're telling me that, I'm taking a criminal justice class and this and that, what you should be focusing on is being the absolute best you, not trying to be the best cop. Go out, be the best version of you so that a village has no choice but to look at you, be impressed, and say, we want that man, that woman for our town. You got to ask yourself, what kind of character and person of integrity do you want patrolling the streets while your parents and your family is sleeping? Be that person. You really want life experience? Go sell cars for a living. Go be a server or a bartender for a living. Go do retail. Go do something where you do serve the people, that your job is to communicate. Communication skills is everything in this job. And if you go to school for criminal justice and you think you walk out and you're going to be qualified to be a cop, that's not the case. Having life experience is the number one thing that I personally can think of that will excel your interview process, excel your ability as a cop, and put you in a good frame of mind and a good frame of heart to do this job. And if in the very end, not everyone gets hired. Some people test 10, 12, 13 times and they never get hired. But in the end, you become the best version of yourself to contribute to society in a better way. Who knows? Maybe you don't get hired as a cop and you get hired as something else in a different position, in a different field, that you make that difference in life about. Because that's just really it. Do you want to be a police officer or do you want to make a difference in life? Do you want to contribute to society? That's the question you should be asking yourself. So for those of you who want to know what to do as far as how to be a cop and how to get hired, honestly, your best bet is to excel as you. If you want to take criminal justice as a college class, go ahead. I mean, if you don't get in that field, now you're stuck with a criminal justice degree. But you know what? Maybe take something that's going to make a difference, contribute to society, get to know your communities, serve, be as mature and hardworking as possible. If you had everything handed to you, you'll never make a good cop. But be much more of the mindset as far as what can I do to serve my community. It's not, the job isn't about being a cop, it's about service. And that's the number one thing I can recommend if you're going to try and get in this field. Be the best you and go from there. I'll see you guys.